The award for outstanding achievement in client representation or prosecution recognizes individuals who have performed an exemplary professional role to further the legal success of the Attorney General's office. And it's my pleasure to present this award to Peter Flores, Deputy Attorney General, Criminal Law Division. So Peter works in the AWT section and is being recognized for his outstanding prosecutorial work in handling 2 sexual assault cases, People v. Nelson and People v. Johnson. The district attorneys recuse their offices from these cases due to conflicts of interest. Prosecuting sexual assault cases is never easy, and more so when the victim is a young child and unable to testify due to a disability. Despite challenging obstacles, Peter successfully prosecuted these extremely difficult and time-consuming cases, which led to the conviction of 2 very dangerous sexual offenders. As a result of guilty verdicts, both defendants face lengthy prison sentences and lifetime sexual offender registration requirements. And I will say, as a prosecutor who at one time specialized in child sexual assault cases, these, we think of various crimes, homicide and some other crimes that are just absolutely outrageous and challenging. I would put this up there with those cases any day of the week and say that as a lawyer prosecuting these cases, they're actually more difficult sometimes than prosecuting homicide. Because what you're talking about, and this is what it requires of an individual like Peter, and I've talked to him many times about his cases, it requires that he has the strength to sit down with a child who has experienced some of the worst of human behavior and get that child to trust him, which takes time and patience, and do it in a way that does not display his own anger sometimes with what has happened to that child. It then requires him to go into a courtroom and talk with a jury and ask that jury of 12 adults to believe the testimony of a child in a case that involved no witnesses, because of course that type of crime would never occur in front of anyone. And it requires that you be able to have the skill to do it in a way that ensures that you can explain to a jury of 12 people the experience of a child and help them to think about how that child experienced life before and after this incident occurred. It's incredibly creative and important work, and to be able to do it, and to do it in the way that you did, 2 cases under very difficult circumstances, is outstanding. Thank you.
Thank you to Attorney General Harris for the award. I think Attorney General Harris, more than anybody, understands the difficulty of trying to get a life sentence, a big conviction, through the storms, rocks, and icebergs of San Francisco Superior Court. I also like to especially thank Jerry Engler, our SAG in the Criminal Division, for nominating me and for support of the trial team. He really gives us everything we need to try and get our trials done. We're going to counties all the way up to the Oregon border to do our trials, and Jerry gives us the support we need, including when we had to take week-long rotations, working as deputy, basically as a covering caseload up in Del Norte County by the Oregon border. Our SAG, Jerry Engler, took his turn and took his rotation doing week-long stints up there for a while, so thank you, Jerry. Our trial team, Supervisor Joyce Blair, Jeff Lauder, and Sharon Lochner. Every prosecutor knows that you don't come up with your arguments or figure out the best way to handle a case or a witness without working with your friends. And in my case, my friends are this trial team, to bounce things off each other, to try and figure out what the best arguments are, or to help you with emotion or anything like that. So it really is a team effort. Finally, my secretary, Alyssa Bermudez, for bailing me out more times than I can remember, and helping make sure that I don't end up getting in trouble with the courts. So, thank you very much. much.